Hi students, welcome to the new session. So, in this session we are going to discuss about the non-parametric test for two dependent samples. So, at the end of this session what the students will be able to understand. So, through this module the students will understand the methodology of the Wilcoxon sign rank test, and the same time they will be understand the alternative test for comparing the dependent sample known as sign test for dependent sample, and they will be able to solve the example problem based on the Wilcoxon sign rank test, and they will be able to identify the situation at what time they have to use this kind of test. So, in this part we are going to discuss about Wilcoxon sign rank test. So, we will be discussing about the definition of Wilcoxon sign rank test, what all the procedures are there, and what is the criteria we are going to use this Wilcoxon sign rank test. So, definition: Wilcoxon sign rank test. Wilcoxon sign rank test is a rank order test to test the difference between two dependent group, that is matched group. It is an alternative to the parametric paired sample t test. It is more powerful than the sign test because it weights the size of the difference between the pairs of the scores. It not only put the rank, at the same time it will give the weightage to the size of the difference. So, what is the different case scenario? Suppose you are a finance analyst which is to test whether the new financial package works faster than the existing one using the following data. So, these are the different users, and you can see what is the current financial package and what is the new package. So, we are going to get for the same user, but we are having two different kind of packages. So, what kind of methodology and what are all the procedures to be followed to perform the Wilcoxon sign rank test? So, step 1, first thing we have to define the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So, null hypothesis for the previous scenario, it will be like there is no difference between the current package and the new package. The general will be like there is no difference between the pre and post, like that, but for this example we have given the hypothesis as current package and the new package. So, the alternative will be like there is difference between the current package and the new package. The steps 2. So, first thing we have to collect the data. So, how the data should be collected? So, we have to collect as a pair of the observation should represent as before after or pre post test measurements on the same subject or the matched pair, and the third step will be like we have to calculate the difference, obtain the difference between the paired observation. So, we have like before and after, and we have to find the difference between before and after, and the step 4 will be rank the absolute difference. So, what the difference we have calculated in the step 3, for that take the absolute value and then rank them. So, if any difference is 0, for example, if you come across like the difference is 0, then discard it in the subsequent calculation and reduce the sample size n, that is the number of pairs of scores accordingly. So, rank the absolute magnitude. Always remember like you should take the absolute value like modulus of the difference by assigning a rank 1 to the smallest difference and 2 to the next smallest, and so on, like that we have to rank it, and we have to give the smallest difference as 1 and second one as the largest one. So, next resupply the appropriate sign of the difference to the ranks of the differences what we have calculated. So, step 5 will be like calculate the test statistics. What is the formula for the test statistics? So, we have to calculate the W Wilcoxon sign rank. So, we are representing as W. We have to calculate the minimum of positive signs and negative signs, where the W plus denote the sum of positive ranks and W minus will denote the sum of negative ranks. Then we have to calculate the critical value, that is the table value. So, determine the critical value for the Wilcoxon sign rank test based on your desired level of significance, let be alpha be 0.05 or 0.25, and we have to refer to the table where we will be giving about the critical table for values for Wilcoxon sign rank test. So, next step will be like we have to compare both the observed test statistics to the critical value. So, if suppose your W is less than W critical, that is from the table value, then do not reject H naught, the null hypothesis, and conclude that the difference between the two groups are not statistically significant. Further, if suppose if W is greater than W critical value, then reject H naught and conclude that the difference between the two groups are statistically significant. So, what is the step 8? Report the result. So, how to report the result? final report the result of your analysis including the observed test statistics and the critical value and the decision regarding H naught what you are taking. So, in this session so far we have discussed about the definition of Wilcoxon sign rank test and the different procedures steps involved in solving the Wilcoxon sign rank test, and at last we have concluded how to reject or accept the null hypothesis. In the next session we will be discussing about the other non parametric test. Thank you.